The next time Roddy Robinson and Craze Trades are talking in the VIP Chart and Ideas room, they will be put into detention. And you will be waiting after school. And you will write 100 times on the blackboard. I will not write and text inside of the VIP Charts and Ideas room, or you will go to detention for the rest of the year. Check, 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 1, 2, 1, 2. Always check the mic. I learned the hard way. I learned everything the hard way. That's why I can show you the easy way. No, nothing's easy. I don't like to even use that word. Nothing is easy. Wow, shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Let me get some honey in there. Ooh. Martha's Vineyard Bee Company, the Island Bee Company, representing Island Bee Company. They should know that I'm supporting them every single day. Sending that love. Look, I thought this was cool. This pocket square had the yellow and the blue, yellow and the blue. Honestly, I wear the tie in the pocket square because I'm like a creative guy and I like colors. And honestly, VCs don't wear the tie, right? Because you show the lawyers, you come up to the big meeting and you're like, I'm a multimillionaire. Like, y'all have to wear ties because you work for a firm and, you know, you do what you want. But I was watching the network announcers last night on football, right? And they had pocket squares and ties. And am I not a network announcer? Am I not a newscaster of sorts? Am I not like a meteorologist of cryptocurrency? Don't I have a screen behind me? Don't I talk about and point and go over things? So what's the difference? What's the difference? So I feel like I get to wear a pocket square and a tie based on my profession because I'm doing just what they're doing in another profession. Same type of thing. Jerry Garcia tie. Shout out to Fingbook, remembering it. Remembering the move, man. You know, I was thinking of who would remember that today. You're in the good book, dude. You're in the good book. Shout out to you and yours. Shout out to the 199 super chat. Shout out to the 33 likes. 33 likes. Amazing. 94 concurrent viewers. I know that'll get up. 353 playbacks. So it's funny. It says 84 viewers, but 353 already have been played back, have played this back and been like, hey, what is he saying? What's going on? Average watch time is $1.34. I'm just messing with you. But time is money. Time is money. I got the lemon water here, as you know, every single time. Just in case you want to see the lemon juice, go in there. Oh, yeah, I already have enough in there. Don't want to oversaturate. But see the lemon particles moving around? That is good for you. That creates alkalinity inside the body, which is good for the pineal gland, which decalcifies you from drinking all the fluoridic water and things that are getting put into your system. So make sure you have a good filter. I use a Berkey water filter to clear my Berkey water. Make sure you're taking walks. I exercised this morning. I did a T25 workout that was very, very intense. I'm telling you right now, very intense. Got me sweating out the yazoo. Got my heart racing. Was good for my body. Was good for my soul. Helped me stretch. Got me to move my legs up and down. Good for my lower back. All sorts of great things. So I'm already ready to go this morning. That's how I wake up with a punch, ready to rock. I use my lemon water and my honey. I will be fasting today most of the day. I will not eat until probably 7 o'clock tonight. I'm going to make the whole day of water only and really give my immune system, which 80% of your immune system lives in the gut. Maybe even more, but the majority of your immune system lives in the gut. So when you can give your gut a rest, when you can fast, you give your immune system time to build, you give your whole body time to rebuild. Fasting is, I believe, the best thing I've ever done for myself. You can research it, do whatever you want. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you what to do with your life. I'm telling you that I fast regularly, and it keeps me young. I look younger than most people my age. Most of my friends are 40. They all have gray hair, beer bellies. Just, I still got the young spirit, the young push, the young move. I'm 38. And when I'm 48, I'm going to look even better than I do now. And I'm telling you that right now. So shout out to the lemon water. We're going to get into Bitcoin, but I just like to talk about life stuff. Let me get myself off the screen. Double whammy. Oh my gosh. What a beautiful month it is to be alive. And shout out to all my Floridians. Who out here is from the great state of Florida? Who here is from the great state of Florida? You're going to catch the lifer out there. I'll do some live streams in the street. We'll be kicking it. We'll have a blast. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. New mic is awesome. Love this mic. Now I understand why so many YouTubers and people use the Shure SMB7. If I believe that's correct, the Shure SMB7, the thing is unreal. I mean, the design quality, the look, the feel, the extra partition for the XLR insertion, everything about it is absolute and finite. I mean, you can't beat it. The sound, the production quality, $399 for the mic, but it's worth every penny. It really is. So I get it now, okay? I see you, Crypto Jeb. I see you, every other YouTuber in the world. I get it. Brevard County, baby. Tampa. Chad Smith, 51st State, baby. DJ Flexa, Orlando here. Bucci. Hey, Bucci, I'm headed to Orlando. Yeah. Yeah, I'm headed to Orlando. I'm going to need someone to meet up with and help me out. So let me know if you can meet up with me and help me out in Orlando. Shout out to you and yours if you get me. I just got a new one too. Love it. I can ASMR and TG for a super low price. I have no idea what you meant, but she can ASMR and TG now. Unreal. Dade County, Opa Loca, MI. Yeah, yo, can we somehow meet up near Orlando or in the middle, Stack? Because I got to meet you, man. I got to meet you. Stack, is there a way we can meet? If I drive an hour and a half, I'll drive out. I'll have an afternoon, and I'll vlog it. I'll be like, I'm driving out to meet a lifer, and I want to vlog these things and put them out onto the channel and show like the reality show of my life behind the scenes as I meet lifers. So let me know if we can figure it out. DM me, because this is something so amazing to me. You all have created a beautiful part of my life, and I want to share the reality with it on the channel. I want to show people what we're doing, what we're creating live. GM from CT, everyone. Shout out to Paula. Okay, so dumpage on Bitcoin. Let's take a look at it. Not good. Nasty morning phases. And look, I saw this last night before I went to bed, and I was like, man, head and shoulders, you know? And that renders a dump to the downside, even though we were very oversold on the stochastics, and it looked like we may get a move. I mean, measured move here is all the way down to 46,700, right? So I saw this, I'm staring at it before I went to bed. I'm like, oh man, head and shoulders. There was one here though that got negated. It doesn't have to happen, but there is the measured move if this one does want to fulfill its destiny to the downside at 46,671. Again, we could not hold 48K. Let's talk about this. You know, we even mentioned that we were possibly in an inverted head and shoulders. Still a chance that this is possible. So we'll take away. It gets messy when you just overlap and overlap. I get it. We're in this box. We're in this zone. We formed this pennant. It was nice. We were holding this trend line, and we couldn't hold it. You can see here we made a higher high. Okay. We needed to make a higher low. So I'm just going to get rid of the head and shoulders just so I can really look at price action right now. So right here, this level, literally, and you can see a bounce. That is support. This level has to hold. 47,500, where we're at right now. Like, we break this level easily. We gap down to 46.6. That's a nice short. That would be an easy short to the downside, right? Because you can see there's no support there. We'll fall pretty fast to 46.649. So once we break this level, highly likely we'll make a bounce down here in this area. The 1 hour is extremely oversold. It's beat to the ground at this point. The RSI as well has been beat to the ground. The last time we were this low on the RSI was somewhere around here. We got an amazing bounce on Bitcoin from 46,900 all the way to 50,008. So all eyes on this idea again. All eyes on this idea again. Can Bitcoin get the 1 hour bounce from the low RSI? I mean, the low RSI could go even lower, but that was when we got pounded. So, you know, kind of almost making higher lows on the RSI as well. We're going to look for divergence on the smaller time frames and see what we see to stop the carnage. This is slight divergence. Why? That's swing down to swing down. And this is basically a bit of an uptrend. Or, you know, we can double click to double. Yeah, that's definitely an uptrend. Look at that. I was double clicking to my RSI to see it how it should be seen. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's healthy and solid. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? It's greatly appreciated. Why? I'm not a like person per se. I'm not really into the popularity. I spent a lot of time alone the last few years just doing my thing alone in the charts. I came out and started just sharing what I love because I loved cryptocurrency, hoping to meet people that I loved, and lo and behold, the channel brought so many people into my life that I loved. That's really was the main point of my channel, was to just meet people that thought about cryptocurrency like me. Because in my life, everyone was kind of making fun of me. I felt like people were looking at me strange and people thought I had a mental disorder because I was buying Bitcoin. And so to watch it go from 3,000 to 60,000 and have them all look at me and say, oh, I guess you didn't have Tourette's or some type of, mental disorder, or, obsessive compulsive. Some people thought it was an obsessive compulsive disorder that I had. He just has to buy Bitcoin. I was like, no, I figured out that it's the scarcest asset in the world. It makes sense. Most people didn't understand that I could have understood it. They were like, no, it's so I turned to the YouTube to make a channel because there was nobody there in my real life that really understood me. That really, even my closest, thank God my family always loved me. They would, but I never got that connection of yes, and Bitcoin was such a big part of my whole understanding of the world because I was like, look what they're doing. Look where we are. Look what's happening. And it all made sense to me. And I was like, anyone that doesn't see that wants to live in an imprisoned life, So we could be still holding a head and a shoulder as long as we keep a higher high. We cannot make a lower low here. So Bitcoin desperately holding this region. Let's see the lowest we can go. We'll zoom in here on the 15-minute and break it down. You can say we're kind of breaking it yet again, and we are breaking trend. I mean, one more lower low here, 43,400. This is the last draw right here is 47,270. We break that and she gone, baby, she gone. I mean, extremely oversold in the 15-minute and the 1 hour. Usually that's the end of a rally when you're going up, and that's the end of a rally when you're coming down. Now, why I ask for the likes? Again, 80 likes, really. It's funny because when this channel started, we had 170 people. We had 160 likes. The likes, maybe we've changed guard or people have come and gone. I don't know. If you're in your car, pull over. If you're watching on your phone, flip away the comment section. Have the decency to hit the like button. Why? Because you're here learning. And someone else is confused about crypto. They don't know what Bitcoin really is. They don't understand the monetary system, which I talk about. They don't understand what the RSI is. And if you hit the like button, you send that algorithm out, and you help someone learn today on a Monday morning who may be lost and confused like you may have been before you came to this channel. So do your due diligence. Hit the good karma like button. Help somebody else find the information they need. Look, I'm talking about divergence right now. I didn't know about divergence for 7 years of my trading life. Maybe if someone had hit the like button while a guy was teaching it, I might have found that algorithm while I was searching for cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if somebody had, it would have helped me out. But 7 years I went blind. So I'm not trying to have other people not know what divergence is for 7 years of their life while they're trading. Because it happened to me, if you can believe it. So the worst happened to me. Took me way too long to find out the information. I didn't know what the golden pocket was until 4 years ago. You see what I'm saying? I had been trading 4 years prior to that. I just didn't know how to get to the information. You see what I'm saying? I didn't know. I didn't understand. Okay? So hit the like button and help someone find out what Fibonacci is. Help someone find out what support and resistance is. Help somebody find out how to draw a bull pennant. What it means to break trend. What it means to have a lower low and a higher high. Help someone other than yourself. Hit the like button, okay? So check it out. Bitcoin on the 15-minute is oversold on the stochastics RSI. If you watch my channel, that's my religion. I look for divergence and oversold stochastics, and that's usually when I like to long. So honestly, this level here is a beautiful long for me for BTC. Oversold on all small and big time frames with divergence confirmed, and then I even go to smaller time frames for even smaller divergence, and I see it here. What do I mean by that? Well, I want to see divergence on the 7-minute if I can. And I do. I see swing down to swing down if I open this up here and do a really nice zoom in. And don't use smaller time frames like a religion, but use them for an add-on. It's like when you put butter on your toast, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've already got the toast, which is the divergence. You just want to put a little butter on top. That's the excessive divergence. We could call it double day divergence. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. The cherry on top divergence. Whatever you want to say. It's just the add-on divergence. Whatever you want to call it. Okay? So there you have it. Okay? This level is extremely important for why, you can see why, because we'll easily gap down to 46.6 on a wing. Yo, Sam, would you be able to check out Little Ghosts and their token Ectoplasm? Love you and everything you do, bro. Yeah, I'm going to be awesome about Super Chat today. We're going to go to Ectoplasm right here in Little Ghosts. So cool they call it Ectoplasm, being an old school kid from the 80s. Let's take a look at Little Ghosts in their Ectoplasm. Send in a Super Chat. We'll talk about what you want to talk about. We'll go over what you want to go over right away. And let's bring his Super Chat to the forefront. It's a beautiful, beautiful green. Super Chats are so lovely and very, very appreciated. Thank you very much for the Super Chat. You are a classy gentleman, Joshy Boy. 168. $5. Yo, Sam, would you be able to check out Little Ghosts and their token Ectoplasm? Love you and everything you do, bro. Thank you so much. And there comes Grace Ashley Harris with the Super Chat backup. Grace, much respect to you again. Thank you to all my team and everyone here. And I don't do this alone. I want to make it very clear. I do not do this alone. I have a team behind me doing the SEO, doing all the timestamps you see, making the thumbnails, helping out with graphics, working on the sound, developing the channel into something great. We are moving forward. So I'm super excited. You're going to see 2022 with a new face of the channel. We're rebranding. Everything is going to happen fast. And we're going to come with full steam ahead in 2022. The team is doing damage, says Rodney Robinson. Yes, we are. Sam, Cities Heroes will be listed on Gate.io on the 15th of December. I've seen that. That is amazing. Someone did post that in the group. Let's take a look at Little Ghosts. Can we look at BLOK? Thank you. From the Crypto Kid. Shout out to Crypto Kid. We'll take a look at BLOK for the $2 Aussie. Thank you. Little Ghosts. The real spooky metaverse adventure is about to begin. Join us on the journey. NFT tokens, play to earn game, and more. P2E, baby. P2E. Unity, Binance Smart Chain, and Chainlink. Frequently asked questions, what kind of game is Little Ghosts? It's a 2.5 multi play to earn game based on the spooky underworld realm of nightmares. The world will be hosted to a variety of minigames. I'm not too excited about 2.5D, but you may be. The game has no release date yet. However, we plan on releasing alpha for a limited audience. That's a little I'm not too happy about that. Have the game ready, but just say you're releasing it. You should have the game ready, tested, and perfect, but say you're testing it in a month, and then say you're releasing it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you should the public should be like 2 months behind what you are. In my humble opinion, you should be ready to rock and go, triple tested, fall through the troubleshooting, quadruple tested, nail it again, troubleshoot it again, rehack it, back it, smack it, re-nail it again, and then at that point you should tell everyone, and then when you're done and you think it's amazing, you should tell everyone we're testing. We're testing right now. We're in the testing stages, and you should sit on it for a month and bang on it again after you've banged on it for a year. At that point, you tag another feeler and say, we're releasing the game, yada yada yada, or we have an idea for the game, blah blah blah. Then you say, you should be in my opinion, I don't know how it's done, but in my opinion, I guess everyone wants to get it out because they want to run into the bull run and they want to get the chase, and then they forfeit their ability to create better tech. If you create good tech, the people will come. The market, you can't let the market dictate your tech. And we talked about that on Org. So if you're listening and you're a dev team, if you're out there creating, let it go. You do not have to make it to January 2022 and force your game to be crap. Or not up to par, right? Not up to speed, not of high, efficiency, okay? Take your time to build your game, to build your team, okay? Do I need to own LG to play the game when released? No, you do not need to own a Little Ghost to play the game. However, if you own a Little Ghost, you will get free membership in the game. You'll also be able to use your Little Ghost in the game. Interesting. White paper marketplace. And can you buy a Little Ghost right now? It looks like you can. For 0.1 BNB, $56, jump into a Little Ghost. So you never know. Maybe these will turn into a BNB at one point. You might 10x your money on these, something of that nature, and that's cool. And this is a good way to jump into the NFT space. Jump into something at $56, $64. If it tanks, oh well, you tried. Have a Little Ghost hanging around, and so
I'm not publicly a fan of this, and someone just threw in a super chat, it's not a sponsorship or anything, I'm just looking over this for somebody. But Little Ghost, I don't know, something you might want to look at. Take a look at Little Ghost. Very, very interesting. And what I like is they're inexpensive for someone who's, just getting into the game. Maybe you don't even know how to connect a wallet. Now, if you don't know how to buy one of these, and you would like to know, every single Friday, I have a MetaMask course where you will learn how to do MetaMask. It's an amazing course. You'll learn so much. Jump on into the course here. Fridays. Every Friday from 1 to 3, your guide to MetaMask. I'm telling you, I'm going to teach you how to connect to all the 7 biggest chains that you need. And you're going to know how to set up your MetaMask, get ready to go, how to load it from fiat from your bank account, get your MetaMask ready to go. Really, I'm going to take you through every single step in the process. So that's on Fridays from 1 to 3. The link is in the description below. It's tutoring. Jump on in. So thank you for giving us the super chat. Let's see the other super chat here. Can you please look at XRP and BLOK? We'll take a look at BLOK and XRP. As I told you, Bitcoin has to hold this level. If not, it looks like it'll dump even further. Let's take a look at we have any market structure on the smaller time frame. All I really see is a falling wedge that needs to break to the upside on the small and bigger time frame. And last night we went over the weekly candle in depth. So I don't think we need to go over the weekly levels. If you need the weekly levels, if you need to know, go to last night's video and look at the timestamps to Bitcoin. I went into Bitcoin so in depth. Every Sunday night I do the weekly candle close, and it's in depth. And you're going to learn everything you need to learn about the next few weeks of Bitcoin in that video. I'll eventually cover it probably Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'm not going to spend an amount of time on it today because we went in depth into the weekly candle close last night and into the weekly levels that we need to be watching. And you can always run back into that and click on the timestamps. They'll break it down for you. So check that out if you want to know more about the weekly candle. We're going to just look at the temporary Bitcoin moves right now and the levels that need to hold. Hope that this divergence kicks in, which it is so far. So far, we're getting the divergence. We're getting the kick to the upside. 15-minute is extremely oversold in a falling wedge. We should get 68% of the time a break to the upside, right? Only thing is the measured move is back to resistance right here at about 49K, right? So here we go again with the same annoying deal, right? We were here again, couldn't get above 48.5, 49K, 49K, 49, 49. We finally got above it. It was amazing. But we made it a head and shoulder, and we dumped to the downside. Unreal, right? How do you find out where a head and shoulder is likely to go? Showed you already, but I'm just going to break it down again. So you make the head and shoulder, right? Then you basically come up with a neckline that makes sense. Once you have a neckline that makes sense, you take the length of the wick all the way, and you take the longest of the, of the triangle on top. You take the longest you can find, and you swing it to where this would drop. And it's pretty spot on. I mean, it said 826, and man, we would gap down, right? So you can see it started there, and then this would continue. Then we would make what's called a bear pennant. Just breaking down the story so you can understand how the TA told you what was going on. That's a bear flag. And why is that a bear flag? Because if you put it upside down, it looks just like an ascending triangle to the upside. Kind of looks like a descending triangle to the downside. Descending triangles break to the downside. Okay? Definitely a descending triangle. And then you pull the length of this pole here. And that's your measured move to the downside. And lo and behold, there we are. Insane how, look at, so the measured move of the head and shoulder broke to the downside. And then there's the length of the pole. The same way you would do an ascending triangle to the upside. So if you know how to be bullish, then you know how to be bearish. You get what I'm saying? You would do this here. You would pull this pole. And that would be your measured move. And bang, there we are. And here we are again at 47,005. So, now one could say, okay, we're in a bigger triangle, and that was it. Up, down, and this channel wants to begin to break to the upside. Okay, show me the money though. Show me the break to the upside. And now we need candles closing above 50K again. Like, we're back to that same thing we said for how long now have we been saying this? We've been saying this for a long time, right? Let's say, first we were saying it here, we need candles to close above 50K on December 4th. And we said it for 4th, for the 5th, through the 6th, we dipped. We came up again, then we came up here again, and then we're here in the 9th, and the 10th, and the 11th, and the 12th. Then we broke up again, and here we are again. And now we're lower with the same story of December 13th. 47,000. And it looks like we may just range in these areas. Up, down. I would like to see us get tighter and tighter and tighter. The scary thing about this is, right, that this could take a month. And then we could still be a month from now, right here, consolidating. Or I guess it's not a month. Hopefully it takes 2 days, right? I forgot. I'm in the 15 minutes. Sorry. So this could take 2 days, and then 2 days from now, we'll still have to decide whether we're going to fall to the downside or to the upside. Because to me, it's still a bear pennant. So we're forming a bear pennant here and consolidating. The good sign is that we are oversold on the daily time frame, right? And we did get we got across too, and getting some red candles despite the daily being green. And that's a bearish engulfing candle. Put that candle right in there. Does suggest some more downside too. We continuously make lower highs that cannot break the trend. Okay, so you can't lie to yourself. We are oversold in the daily, so that's, and again, my 3-day that I go over so much is eventually, look, we pull the 3-day pumps. We pull the 3-day pumps. We're getting into these zones of just massive downside. 69 all the way to 49 is 20K. I mean, substantial downside for Bitcoin at this point. Anyone to me who says we're not in a bear market just doesn't know what a trend is. I mean, a bear market is defined by, a trend for over a month, a downtrend for over a month or two, right? I mean, we started this downtrend, and I'm not bearish. I am a long-term Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin the other day, and I'll buy Bitcoin today. And I'll continuously buy BTC. So, don't get me twisted. I'm just a realist when it comes to the market. 69,000. And, so to me, I just don't, the market has not shown me that the downside is over yet. Okay? The market has not shown me that the downside is over yet. All right? I'm going to show you one other thing. Just because when I see something, I tend to see a lot in the charts that other people don't see. I like to share it with you and yours. Sam, is that hidden bullish divergence? Can you check God's coin? It's the currency for God's Unchained. Definitely we'll check that out. We'll take a look at XRP, and we'll take a look at BLOK too as well. One other thing I just want to show about BTC on KuCoin here. Look at this creepiness. I mean, I am showing you a fractal here that I took from before. The cool thing about the fractal, right, is it shows exactly what we're seeing here, which would throw you off. Because look at it showing the head and shoulder pattern that we're making right now. Where did I get this? Right here? I got it from right here. See this? Let me see where I got this thing from. Yeah, see this shoulder, head and shoulder there? See this? I took this shrunken pattern. You can see it. I took it from there. That's that. That's this hill. That's that little hill. And there's that little flag there. And then the massive pump to this flag. See that? So I took it. And I expanded it. And I opened it up. And lo and behold, I'm like, is this their plan? Like, because they'll get everybody to short here. You know why? Because everyone will see a head and shoulder pattern. So that's a fractal that I've been displaying. That's a possibility. All right? And just gives you another perspective. Another kind of strange possible idea here. But this is a head and shoulder pattern now forming as well. You just saw one of them break to the downside, and I showed you exactly how to find the measured move. Right? So if you see 43K, I mean, I gave you 2 places now where it's possible. And then you can even put this in a, you know, like so. Right? And you want to take the more exaggerated downward move. And, you know, it's uncanny because I keep getting 38K over and over again. You know, I hope we don't go there, but I keep getting it. Just a big thank you for sharing all these indicators to us and teaching us. Shout out to Lao SZE. Plenty of time to drop us. Came back up before the month end. I see what you mean, though. Bro, just been wrecked in VVS. Is there any hope? I told people to be careful about VVS last night. Did I not? Yesterday. Because someone's like, yo, he already told us how to get into VVS. And I said, it may not be the best idea to get into VVS. I said, you may regret getting into VVS. I was like, you don't know. Only time will tell. And I said, watch those farms. I said, I'm not a financial advisor. Again, nothing I do and say here is financial advice. I personally then would watch those farms. You do whatever you have to do, but I personally, very careful of those. Let's take a look at BLOK. So here's your idea for Bitcoin. And we're going to watch this level closely. How do we track it on the smaller time frame? That's what everybody wants to know. We look for a falling wedge, a bear flag of some type. And you could have called this, look. This is a bear rectangle. Okay? Just like a bullish rectangle. Flip it upside down. If you would trade it bullishly, it's bearish. And so I've been doing this for a long time, teaching my students the inverted trick, which is Alt-I or Option-I on your computer. And everyone says, why do you teach so much on the live stream? When you could sell courses, you could do all this. I was like, because I can still sell courses and do that. I still have a wonderful trading group. And because I could possibly pass away tomorrow, God forbid, I hope I never do, but I could possibly pass away tomorrow. And I wouldn't be able to teach someone tomorrow, could I? And I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. No idea exactly what I'll have control over. Right now I'm here. Right now there's people watching. Right now we're in the moment. 267 people, 151 watchers, and 151 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. As I said before, it helps somebody else learn. So help somebody else learn. Okay? So Bitcoin would look just like this. We'd flip it upside down, and that's another measured move here down. So you can't, and look, it hit the exact measured move of this pole. Almost there to a T. It's getting there. And we broke that big level I was talking about, 47,400. I mean, 500. See that level there, that bounce support area. I mean, looks like Bitcoin really does want 46.3. So we'll watch it closely here. Definitely possible. And there's a head and shoulder pattern there that's bearish. So I'm just showing you, and a bear pennant, 68% of the time, we're going to see 38K and 43,000. All right. You're saying you don't commit to anything until we see Bitcoin reverse. True. Our Fox going on mega sale. Zero allegiance for the $2 super chat. Thank you so much for coming on into the live. Good morning, lifers, he says. Is it not here yet? What happened there? Good morning, lifers. I'm late but awake. There's my dude. They will win short term, while Bitcoin still young and naive. Once we get above 12 trillion, it's game over for those bottom feeders. Oh yeah, for sure. You're saying you don't commit to anything until we see a Bitcoin reverse. Definitely. Especially after taking the beginner's course. This will all make so much sense. It helps the students. Watch Bitcoin first and foremost before jumping into any trade. Patience pays. Shout out to Trey Presley. Exactly. Hero order filled at 14. Pretty happy. I'll buy the dip again, I'm sure. How smart were we, Rodney? when it was at 22 and everyone was FOMOing in. And I said, no, we will wait patiently. We will wait patiently. The word of the day is fractal from Joe for the $20 super chat. Hold on, let me see it come onto the screen. I think I get it a little earlier than you guys. Let's see it hit the screen first. But I'm ready for it when it comes. I'm ready for it when it comes. The last time Bitcoin dumped like this, Luna was $5. Boom, boom, the $20 super chat. Pa, 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 pa. From Joe. Let's take a look at what Joe said here. The word of the day is fractal. Thanks for the knowledge from Joe. Hey man, as I said before, it looks bearish, but there was a fractal that shows it reversing to the upside and pumping to the upside too as well. So we will wait and see. Could this fractal fulfill itself? We don't know. We're in the same place around the same time doing around the same thing. Massive dump, waiting for the retrace, showing signs of bearishness. Again though, the stochastics RSI, which we put a lot of faith in here in my group, if you're one of my students, it is extremely oversold on the 1 hour, the 15-minute, expecting a reversal to the upside. So I like to long these areas, these 47.2s. Usually, I'm not right now, honestly. I'm watching the market. It's been very volatile. I let Monday morning fill itself out and find its way, right? If you're new to the channel, I see the numbers just coming back up to 300. If you're new to the channel, if you're just watching, I teach this course every Tuesday from 3 to 5. I teach a course on what I'm doing here, stochastics RSI. Hit the link below. Check it out. Here, but I took this fractal from this area here, this shoulder, head, and shoulder, and then it pumped to the upside. And this looks similar to me, just on a bigger scale. And so we're watching that. And so we've spent enough time on Bitcoin. We've looked at the levels that we could hit on the smaller and bigger time frames. We've zoomed in, we've zoomed out. I've shown you a fractal. Last night we went over the weekly like you read about. If you need more information about the weekly chart, the Fibonacci levels we may be sitting at, and more information, jump on into that weekly shot. Hit the like button, everybody. It's getting more people into the channel. As you can see, we hit 299 watchers. If you keep hitting that like button, you're going to get us to 400, 500 watchers. You're going to help the channel grow, and I would greatly appreciate it. So we're going to move on into the super chats. We got BLOK on deck. We got more on deck. Let's take a look at the super chats we got waiting. Thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much for the $5 from Joe Lorenzo. Can you check God's coin, the currency for the NFT Gods Unchained? We'll take a look at Gods for sure. Can you please look at XRP? We'll take a look at XRP. And can you look at BLOK? Let's take a look at those three. And this will be the fastest, most efficient technical analysis that you've ever seen in the game. Here we go. Ready? If you've never been to the channel, strap in. Get ready to watch TA at its funnest. Let's take a look here at BLOK, which is Blocktopia. I can tell you all about the coin. It's an amazing coin. Absolutely love Blocktopia. So let's take a look at this here. Here's a falling wedge to the downside. And look at this super chat that just came in. Popping, popping, popping. Let's take a look at what the man said here. Remember, we got to go to someone write those down for me so I don't forget. BLOK, XRP, and Gods, please. Because I want to jump into this big old super chat. Just a big thank you for sharing all these indicators to us. Amazing, amazing. There's another super chat here, though. I see a pinky. When I see pink, it's like, whoa, I'm colorblind. If that's not pink, I'm sorry. And maybe it's like I don't know. 5 months ago, I was able to quit my job, start my wife's dream business, and go full-time into crypto. I learned so much and continue to learn just from watching these live videos. Sam, you are the TA GOAT. So many gems daily. For the $49.99 super chat, $50 super chats. What an amazing day to be alive. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for the support. Every single super chat helps as I'm getting new things for the studio. All that money goes back into the studio, back into making this an even better experience for each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Also, the music's been a little loud. Nobody has said anything about it. Music's been a little loud. Incredible testimony. Sounds dreamy. It really is. And these super chats stay with me as trophies, gems, plaques on my wall. I like to take pictures of them and paste them into the testimonial group, because people say someone would pay $50 not to ask about, a project, not to go over anything. So, bam. But, 5 months ago, he was able to quit his job, start his wife's dream business, and go full-time into crypto. Unbelievable. He learned so much and continue to learn so much from watching these live videos. Sam, you are a TA GOAT. So many gems daily. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And if you want to learn, we have a link to the testimonials here. For those sitting on the fence, wondering whether to enter or jump in the Patreon. I'm telling you, this group Lifer has got forming is one of a kind. There is nothing like it. The way Crypto Lifer updates us with the Bitcoin constantly and consistently, seems like every given moment, is always teaching us his sauce and guiding us to perfect it. He knows so much about the crypto scene and the whole stocks as well. Anything trading, Lifer knows more than a basic level to it. Has gathered a group of similar-minded people, all doing and putting the graft into finding the new projects. It's fully transparent with everything else he does. Gives us private live streams once a week with token metrics details and Q&A after. Always giving new courses like MetaMask, Pancake Swap, Fibonacci, the lot. Lifer is so active. Don't sleep on the opportunity to truly be a part of the family we got over here. For someone who has so much going on in life, it's nice to be updated a lot. You won't regret your investment. I am sure of it. Thank you for saying stuff like that in the testimonials. Enough about me. Let's get into Blocktopia. Let's get into XRP. I could see Block back at 4 cents, which is crazy, but I could see it. How? I don't know. I just could, Let's take a look at what we're seeing here for Block. Now, when we take a look at Block here, I've already drawn a Fibonacci on the daily time frame. So we're gonna zoom out here and look at the daily time frame, right? So Block had a nice move to the upside. All right. And it came back down into near the golden pocket. All right. Near the golden pocket here. And now it's at the 706, which is a known retracement area. The 706 level. That's why I added it's a secret fib. Not everybody has it. Not everybody knows about it. Now we're falling a little bit more too. And remember, Bitcoin hits 38, 43K, like we're looking at here. All these coins are going to follow. That looks like a double top now. And I'm telling you, I know it's crazy, but double tops have a possibility of breaking down to the downside. I mean, that would put Block where it began. I don't think that's, that would be kind of crazy. It is extremely oversold on the daily time frame, right? You could say that double top made out, you could say the double top was in here on a smaller time frame and these are too spread out. We are independent and we're trying to hold these long, lower trend line levels. But again, as I said before, if you're new to the channel, if you're new, like Block was going to pump here, but it's turning. Why is it turning? Bitcoin holds the show here. If Bitcoin will take every little coin down the drain, I'm telling you right now. If you're not ready to hold through the pain, if you haven't been through this before, you know what I'm saying? It always get worse if you don't use a stop loss or have a plan. I'm telling you right now. So if this is the cycle where you made a mistake, which I know it happens because it's happened to everybody, you got to rethink how you're going to take your next approach to the next cycle. And it's okay to make a mistake. It's not okay not to learn from your mistakes. Okay? So Block, we're watching it. It's in a falling wedge, right? Up, down. Last time it was this low. It got a beautiful pump to the upside. We're watching it closely. 1 hour is kind of minutia. Back and forth here. Mixed signals. 4 hours getting to the oversold region. And the daily is extremely oversold. It wants to eventually move back up to the upside. So we're watching it closely. And it's at a known retracement area, the 706. But again, all eyes on Bitcoin. Bitcoin needs to pump for this to get back above it. I'd like to see this get above the 618 fib level, which is about 8 cents. And then we can kind of look and see what's going down. Got to alert on Mana, what's happening there. So why did I put an alert on Mana? Well, I saw that it was high on the 4 hour, and I said when the 4 hour gets low, that's when I want to start to take a look at it. To see what's going down, right? And it's in this emerging cup idea here.
Usually when I'm teaching, I might have left something there. Then I delete something, obviously. So there's an emerging cup and handle. We've talked about it. Look, a bounce, a bounce, a bounce, a bounce. Resistance in this area, resistance right there. You can see how this level should play a role for mana. 326, right? It bounced here off of that level at 318. So far, showing support yet again. Okay. You could pull a fib from here to here, and you can see that it retraced all the way down, or even a bigger fib. Both work. I'm going to just take a look at the overall large Fibonacci. And retracing to the 0.5 here. And we did already dump back into the 618. Okay. So, signs of bullishness. Getting oversold in the 4 hour. Right. 1 hour getting extremely oversold. And it's hitting a previous, look, 1, 2, 3. That's a quadruple bottom. 1, 2, 3. That is a quadruple bottom, my friends. Definitely a triple bottom. Okay. The only problem now is it definitely could look like a descending triangle. See this? I mean, that's a descending triangle. They're very bearish. I've seen them break down many, many, many times. Way more than they break to the upside. I'll tell you that. In my years of trading, I've seen these dump cities. So if Bitcoin goes down, this goes down too. So I'm just putting this out there. You know, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I'm just showing signs, you know. But we're oversold. Hopefully it reacts as it is, you know, a falling wedge. But again, you normally, when I'm trading these, you guys see me, I'm looking at it, I'm like, hey, falling wedge, breaks to the upside 68% of the time. I said, nice fib retracement, we're doing our thing. But Bitcoin is in a place where you got to watch it. It's in a sketchy place. And when that's happening, you got to be very, very careful. So, you know, thank you to all the super chats. Thank you to all the love. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on out here and supporting me every single day, especially on this Monday morning. Can you check out Gods? We'll take a look at Gods Unchained, and we'll take a look at XRP. Now, I did an XRP price prediction video. Really hasn't changed much since then. We'll take a look at it here. Again, the whole market can get lower if Bitcoin gets lower. I just want to keep repeating this. It's all about Bitcoin. That's why we spend so much more time the last few weeks, if you've noticed, on Bitcoin. I mean, we always spend a good amount of time on Bitcoin, but lately it's like in-depth analysis, like half an hour to 45 minutes. I mean, last night we went hard and we looked at everything. And what do we see? We saw bearishness last night. And what do we see this morning? A dump. I said, it looks like Monday morning we're going to wake up to a dump. What happened? We woke up Monday morning to what? A dump. How do we see that? Well, because last night, we can roll back time. We'll look at Bitcoin in a second, but we roll back time. There was some indications that we didn't make a higher high. And we were getting a breakdown of 50K. And so, you know. So bigger time frame on XRP. We were forming this beautiful triangle, right? We're sitting in the golden Paquito. And right now we're still in the golden Paquito. We've been in the golden Paquito from about 79, 80 to about 86 is the golden Paquito. So there you have it, right? The golden pocket. Now, and we've already bounced off lower levels. But again, look, the daily moving up and could dump now, showing signs of somewhat bearishness. And, you know, a lot of people consider these bear flags because we're coming into them from the downside. And I'd have to agree with that. Shorten that up just a little bit, but I'd have to agree with that bear flag. So these levels need to hold. And it's going to follow Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin can't hold its level, look for this to throw up back down. You know, and again, Bitcoin might wick. They might wick us back down. They might wick us back in. Try to get the shorts attracted into these trades. Try to draw liquidity into the trade. And then boom, back up. Remember what I told you. The miners aren't selling as much. So they're a lot grinchier here on the exchanges. They have to work harder to get people to sell their Bitcoin. And they have to wrench more Bitcoin out of the holders' hands. That's the shame that's going on right now. That's what I see. I can notice it in the charts a little bit because, now, you know why? You know, a year ago too, we were here together drawing. You know, when there was more liquidity and there was still market makers, and we were drawing like past like this, and they'd always dump a little bit, moving.
But lately now, every time I draw a pattern, like I have to draw the pattern in a way in which they left it a couple times. Here they left it to the upside, brought it back in. Here they left it to the downside, brought it back in, then it pumped. Like they're just not letting patterns breathe like the way they're supposed to. And what it's telling me is they're using patterns all the time to get more liquidity. So they're like, oh, they're going to think we're pumping out of a flag. And then we're going to dump it back in. And I was like, oh, then we're going to think we're dumping out of a flag. And then we're going to bring it back in. And then eventually they follow suit with the traditional pattern at the end of the day. The falling wedge does break to the upside, So like I'm like watching them because I'm watching the charts every 4 or 5 hours. So I'm watching all the nuances, all the changes, all the little mishaps, in and outs that are going on in the charts. And I'm learning and turning and burning. And the more I see, the more I'm noticing their little shady moves. And I'm onto them for you guys. And I'm onto what's going on. So that's how I'm able to now. And so it's hard when I teach class too now. Because I teach my students, you always got to keep your, everything in the pattern. And I don't like omission from a student. Like, I don't like when a student wants to just kind of omit, because a student might be like, if he omits this, then he can omit that. And if he can omit that, then he can, like, if he can start omitting any bar he wants, then I'm worried my students will lose the traditional sense of what's happening. But like here, this makes more sense, even though I mit this head, right? It was like they pulled it out of the pattern and then they brought it back into the pattern. That was them grabbing liquidity from the shorts, making people feel we would continue lower and break down the lower trend. Could be doing the same thing right now. XRP is looking the whole market's following Bitcoin. So XRP is the market. Bitcoin is the market. You get it? We break out of this flag. Bitcoin breaks up, right? This breaks down. Highly likely it's Bitcoin, especially the bigger market cap coins. Anything in the top 20 is following Bitcoin to a T. I'm telling you that right now. Right now I'm in a North Korea wormhole. Oh, get out of those. I've been in one of those before. It's scary. Yeah, things you don't even want to know. Oh my God. They don't even have pictures. They just had drawings. I can't even get into it. Okay, so Blocktopia, XRP, and our next one, Gods Unchained. Let's take a look at Gods. I'm like the fastest TA as I talk about everything. But there's just a lot to talk about in the market. Right? We're going to take a look at the Dow in a second. We're going to take a look at, the dollar. We're going to see how it's affecting the entire market. So look at even Gods Unchained take a nasty dump to the downside. Look at that. It's looking bullish comparative to the market. It had, a lot of news coming out. People are still fiending for it. Beautiful cup and handle for Gods Unchained. Another thing, 1 hour didn't have a 200-day moving average. Again, I'm back testing these theories and teaching my students about the 200-day and how you have to be patient. You want to chase because right now everyone's telling you this is the hottest new thing. It's going to be hot. And then it retraces a little bit and it comes to the oversold region, even, down. And you're like, oh, I have to get in. But like, you shouldn't be touching this until it touches the 200-day moving average. Now, that's hard for a man or woman, a human who wants to get in, anyone who's part of mankind who wants to get into a coin. Because why? Because we need to hit the 200-day moving average. There we have it. There we have the connection. And we could slip below it too for a second. But usually that's going to be close to your bottom, somewhere near your bottom. Unless it's a really, really lower bottom and we start dragging all of these time frames below, right? Now we're oversold in the 1 hour, expecting a bit of a pump. And look, resistance at 539. And we got a beautiful pump off of this level. So support and resistance flip possible. And a breakup off of 531. Now you got to look at your next resistance at 599, about 6 beans. You break above 6 beans, it's a chance you can struggle your way back up to about 7 beans. They're on the dollar, 8 beans, 8.15, and then, 8.99, 9 beans. They're on the buck apparently too. So again, you could pull a Fibonacci on this as well and see what levels you're fighting with, what levels the Fib traders were taking profits at, because you got to know everyone uses different, ideas, and like not everyone has this cup and handle drawn, right? Some guys are just trading Fib alone. To trade on Fib alone is probably not a good idea, but some people are trading on Fib alone. My name is Ivan on Tech. Thank you for coming to my channel. Every video I put out is teaching you about how to trade Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is a very important part of my life. I love Bitcoin. Sorry, I'm the worst. So let's take a look at what's happening here. Gods Unchained does have a possible measured move of this cup and handle to about 99 100% gains. Measured move could take you to 13 for Gods Unchained. But, like I said before, all eyes on Bitcoin in the market and what we're seeing in the overall ideas, right? Patreon is amazing. 24/7 resources, exclusive content. Can you check Gods Unchained? Yes, I can. Just a big thank you. I can't believe all the love today on a Monday morning. You get out of bed, you roll over the bed, you jump in. Crypto Lifer is magenta. I'm not supposed to be magenta, right? Let me see what he's saying. Could be the chroma key and too much lighting, right? Sometimes it is too much lighting. Big volume in Bitcoin on the sell side. 6 million USD in orders in 1 minute. Yeah, I mean, you can see that. You can see that. And we also looked at a Bitcoin dump. Yesterday, we compared the Tether dominance to Bitcoin dominance, and it looked like there was something brewing there on the 4-hour. And it looked like we were going to have a tough week for Bitcoin. It looked like Bitcoin's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, were going to be tough because the 4-hour needed to reset. The good sign is the 4-hour is getting low on Bitcoin right now too, So, but there's Gods Unchained, right? Again, all eyes on BTC, no matter how many coins we go over or what we talk about. All right. And I want to reiterate that every single time. Right. And I'm not blowing moon smoke up anybody's rocket ship because you know why? Thank you for the 229 likes. Appreciate that. 291 people here on the live. We get the likes up to the watchers. We get 500 people. Imagine we got 500 people on the live. We've had 1,000 people on the live before. One day we had 1,000. It was insane. We had I don't know why the algorithm pumped my channel out of nowhere. We were ripping. Maybe someone said something about my channel. Maybe a channel I got put up right at the end of another stream and people jumped into mine. I don't know what happened. But out of nowhere, we were just flying at 500, 700, 1,000 viewers. Hold the line, buy the dip. Hold ape life. Hodl ape life. Shout out to the ape people up there. I got a fat ape, if that means anything. Sam will Turk at 1,000 likes. I went from eating filet mignon to spam in a month. Shout out to Sean Albuquerque. Yeah, man. I went from eating out every day to making pancakes at home. You know what I'm saying? True story. True story. Socks, no man. No man. Good day to you, sir. Morning, Ricky, so glad. Guys, anyone just help me, please. What do you need help with, man? Rodney, can you help me? Please, guys, help me now. What do you need help with, man? Jesus. That's so crazy. Then the one guy called himself spam. That's so crazy, right? A lot of spam coming in today. Jeez. Can we look at SHIB? Also, I'm not sleeping on OXT from Tori McFarlane. Thank you so much for that super chat. Tori, always coming through, always spicing up the chat. And thank you so much, Justin Keeler, for the $4.99. 5 months ago, I was able to quit my job, start my wife's dream business, and go full-time into crypto. I learned so much and continue to learn so just from watching these live videos. Sam, you are the GOAT. So many gems daily. Wow. I still can't believe people would pay $50 to hook me up with a blessing. You're the man, dude. My life changed when I started YouTube, and I know it's a privilege to be a YouTuber and to be an influencer on people's lives in some shape and form, and I would like to use these influences in the most positive way possible, like talking about drinking lemon water. This episode was brought to you by our sponsors, Lemon Water. No, which has no sponsor, right? It's a beautiful thing. Put lemon in a water. Nobody owns lemon water. That's the beauty of it. It's like Bitcoin. Is Powell going to make announcements about the bank interest rates on Wednesday? He is. He's going to say he's going to raise them, and he's going to make inflation go out the window, which should make Bitcoin pump hardcore. hardcore. Let's take a look at Shiba Inu. Shibby shab. Let's take a look at SHIB. Okay, SHIB had an inverted, which it just didn't care about. Broke trend, which it just was awesome, but came back into the pattern. See what I'm saying? Broke trend came back into the pattern. A lot of broken patterns. A lot of broken hearts with Shiba Inu. We did see that whale. Remember that whale down here last week, right around here, in these areas even here? A massive whale buying, I think, billions or trillions of Shiba Inu. Like millions of dollars worth of it. Pretty insane. He knows something we don't, apparently. That would make me kind of FOMO into SHIB a little bit. I'd be like, why is he buying so much Shiba Inu? Now, we all know about retracements. The 886 now is the retracement on SHIB. That's just about as low as it gets. You get to the 886 and that's it. So we're watching the 886 retracement here on Shiba Inu. So we'll see what happens and we'll go from there. I'd like to see this pump back to the upside here. If it can, you're looking at 300% gains. It's just a measured move. Not even where it could go after it breaks the all-time high and goes high. You know what I'm saying? How about ORE? More OR. Yeah, ORE is an amazing coin. Absolutely love ORE. Let's take a look at what ORE is doing here on the charts. And just to let you know, ORE never sponsored a video or anything. But after we did the live stream, they reached out to me and they said, we'd like to buy that mixer for you. And they did PayPal me enough, basically, to buy the entire mixer. Unbelievable. So shout out to the OR team. I just want to put that out there. They paid for, and let's talk about it. I mean, we're going to have a new mixer here on the channel. I'm going to be using, and let's, shout out to Rode, Rodecaster Pro. We should send this video. Someone clip this out and send it to their rep. If my crew can, clip this out and send it to their rep. And be like, listen, man, we're putting you guys on the map every day, But I'm going to be grabbing the Rodecaster Pro here and running the channel through these, 4 multi-channels ready to go with integrated presets for voice, compressor, and more. It's going to make my voice sound even better and clearer and more professional. So I can't wait. The Rodecaster Pro, integrated podcast production console. $599. It's a pretty penny. And it's all about the sound. And it's going to make the sound amazing, and I'm super excited. So, shout out to Rode. Shout out to the OR team, OR token, ORE, some people call it. But here's the Rodecaster Pro, and I'm super excited to get it integrated into the podcast. The podcast, the live stream here. And I do have a podcast. It's up and running. I just don't know where it is. My team has to help me get more involved. I'm going to actually talk to my team about that today. About to record an album in the Lifer studio. Yeah, man, come on down. Exactly. And I've been doing music for a long, long time. I had a mixer a long time ago. I used to have a whole studio in my house. I'm using a preamp, a Focusrite Scarlett preamp right now, which ain't bad, right? But yeah, so I just can't believe, I would buy a token, like a token, talk about it a lot, integrate with the team, have them on the channel. We would hang out, and then they would be so amazing. So, what an amazing team. Or, struggle a little bit too. It needs to break above certain levels. It did amazing. Broke that all-time high. Was showing signs of beautiful life, and then we got whaled out here. To me, it's still kind of, and I've seen this play out before. Ferrum did this. I always remember Ferrum because Ferrum did something like this. See if I can find it. I have a photographic memory of Ferrum making a cup and handle that extended when I was really starting to do cup and handles a lot. And now we're at a very, very crucial place here too for ORE. We don't want to break this. And so Bitcoin really kind of affecting all the holds, affecting every coin in the game, honestly. And it's setting up for a max pain event here for BTC if it can't get out of its own way. Kids, play. Rodney, can you look at Hedera? Super chat for SHIB from Grace Ashley Harris. Thank you so much. Let's take a look back into the chat. I'm going to take a look at the chat here. Morning, Ricky. So glad you found your life or fan. Glad you're here. Shout out to Ricky. Thank you for coming on, Ricky. Big volume ABT sell from Randy H. Thanks, Smoosh. In that it's hot. It's so hot. It's so hot in here, honey. Someone say cowbell. Zero, my man. I got a fever and the only prescription is a little more cowbell. The market in general got whales out. I got a little Christopher Walken vibes from The Lifer. He's a great actor. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Appreciate each and every one of you coming on into the live stream. Thank you. I guess that's a comment. I love Christopher Walken. He's awesome, man. He's awesome. Do your homework. 2018, China controlled 74% of Bitcoin. Look it up. It's not a fantasy. Look at B, man. Or we'll change people's wives. Oh my God, Gina Bobina. Wife changing money. No, I don't like saying that. That offends a lot of people. So, I can't say that I love my beautiful wife and she's amazing. And I love the family. And when the family stays together, it's important. When the father stays in the family, it's very important. Fatherless families are the reason for a lot of pain and anguish in the world. I'm telling you right now, when the family stays together, when the father becomes the head of the family. And people don't, I'm not trying to be sexist here. I'm trying to be just, when roles are fulfilled, traditional roles are fulfilled inside of the family is together. It's very, very important. Some Class C bullish divergence on BLOK. SHIB Inu adoption gets a boost with Flexa Payment Network integration. Little Schmitty. Look at that. Little Schmitty in the game. Let's take a look at what we're seeing here. Live from Nepal. Yeah, where is everybody from? Let's get a roll call. Where are you from? Shout out where you're from. Let's know it's Monday. We're starting off the week. Where are you from out there? We see love from Nepal. Okay, we got Nepal. Shout out your town. Shout out your state. Shout out your country. Let me know where you're at. London. Amsterdam. Woo! Bitcoin went below 47.2. XRP. We already went over XRP in depth. England, Fresno, Puerto Rico, Latvia, Abu Dhabi. Wow, look at that. Chicagoland, Sweden, Canada, Geneva, Charleston, Quebec. Third dimension. Wow. Jesse Marshall is from the third dimension. He's out of his mind. New York, Montreal, Ukraine, Little Schmitty. With the love. North Carolina, Colorado, Mexico, Vancouver, India, Spain, Athens. Woo, look at that chat flying off the chains here. Florida, St. Pete, Florida. My man, New Orleans, Estonia. 333 from the 333. Greece, Montreal, Pakistan, baby. Wow. London, Canada, St. Pete Beach. So beautiful. DDX is up over 2%. Let's look at DDX. That's been on my radar for a while. Montreal, link up. India, Philippines. As we look at DDX, look at that. Flying all the world here. Wow, we got the whole world here. Unreal. What a worldly group of people from around the world. California, sushi up 11%. Dubai, up in the spot. Wales, Australia, India. Andrew McIntyre, my man. Fort Myers, my dude. Montrealers taking over. 504, baby. Sarasota, Florida. Jesse Marshall. Oh, we got to link up, dude. I'm gonna come kick it with you when I come to Florida, man. I'm gonna be in Florida for 2 weeks, Jesse. We got to kick it, man. I'll drive a 2-hour drive to Sarasota. I will definitely come kick it with you, man. You got to wear your Lifer hoodie. Shout out to North Korea. I'm from the metaverse. Live from Pakistan, Seattle. Okay, so we're going to take a look at DDX up hard today. Look at this pump on DDX. Why DDX pumping? I mean, decentralized exchanges are hot, right? Maybe people had enough with the blockage of the centralized exchanges. Coinbase going down. All that nonsense, right? People don't want to deal with it. They want decentralization. They want fast speed and scalability. They don't want to go down because there's too many people using a network. The scalability needs to be solved. We need to have more positional strength in crypto. So look at this. This hit the measured move here all the way at 671. We missed that pump. What a beautiful pump 3 hours ago out of the ascending triangle, bull pennant-esque, but it's an ascending triangle. And a beautiful pump to the upside. Getting overbought now, though. Slowing down its roll a little bit. Not sure why the 4-hour wasn't loading any instruments. But it's overbought on multiple time frames here after a nice bounce from 460 up to 638. I would look for this to kind of come on down and slow up a little bit, coming back down to the 21-day moving average as we know so well. It did good though. It got back to the resistance point. Now look for it to bounce off some type of support region, either here, or even down there. So we'll be looking at that very, very closely. DDX. Please, guys, help me. This is hilarious. I love this stuff. Sax Gamer, I love this stuff. This stuff makes me laugh. Please help me. My name is Sax. Please. And remember, I said I love to long when the 15-minute is low. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Pumping to the upside, please. I mean, it should with that 15-minute, the 1 hour, and the 7-minute all oversold the way it is. We should get a bounce. Okay, so they took it there. They took it to my exact target. Look at that. Let's go to the 15-minute. Look at this. So they got it to fall out of the falling wedge to 46,660. All right, to see green candles, you got to almost look at the 1 minute. Nasty dump for Bitcoin. All the way to 46.6. Why did I put that out? That was our previous support. Right? I said if we break 47, it's highly likely we go all the way to 46.6. Remember that? What happened? Well, we broke 47,000, and the level really was 47.5 up here. Once we broke that, there was one last little support region. I said, once we break that, we're gonna go all the way down to the other wicks here to 46.6, because that was the previous level that it looked highly likely we would touch. What happened? That's exactly what we did. I'll move it up a little bit to the exact place, but I mean, 46.6, and we just said that not too long ago, right? Now we do see the divergence playing out. Right here, there's strong divergence. What do I mean by that? Well, you can clearly see now swing down to swing down, and a nice swing to the upside here. So 47K needs to hold, and it just didn't look good last night. Last night things were very, very bearish, and look, we fell exactly out of the. We hit the measured move, right there, 47.2 and a little longer. I mean, bam. And then we wicked down to the support, which we bounced off for liquidity. All right. So extremely oversold now on that 1 hour. Only a matter of time we get a bounce to the upside. We've been down here for a while now. Definitely Class C divergence, Class B or C divergence. I mean, it's almost Class A in a way because it's so crazy. But that is sharp to the downside. This isn't as bad. Take a look at the 15-minute. Start to see it starting to clarify itself there. I mean, that is a sharp swing. And this is a flatter, way flatter motion here, almost to the upside. Let's double click it again. We do lose the slight uptrend. It's to the downside, but nowhere near like that. I mean, that tells you we should get a bounce. That is our bottom, my humble opinion there, for the day. And we should be moving to the upside on the 1 hour. But anything is possible. But I'm calling bottom here on the day right there. Good entry for Bitcoin was into the wick, if possible, right? So, small trade. Again, though, I don't like to trade Monday, so I'm going to leave it alone on this volatile Monday. If it wasn't a Monday and I was feeling more up to it, I would make a trade here for BTC. Again, not a financial advisor. Nothing I do and say here is financial advice. And get yourself a financial advisor, all right, for getting into any trade or project. But what I'm seeing here is, possible reversal to the upside based on the divergence, the falling wedge. Okay? Based on the divergence and the falling wedge. However, what we see now, too, is some levels being broken. I'm going to rework this whole limit, this whole idea here. And it does show the range Bitcoin wants to play. Something like this now seems to be what we're seeing. It is in the bullish defense, it's getting more of a falling wedgie than it is a ascending, a descending triangle too, which is okay. We want to see the falling wedge. We want to see this actually take even a more sharper turn down if we can. Really, I know it's like as scary as it could be, because we want to see this get more falling wedge like.
with a 68% chance to break to the upside. We could consolidate into January for sure, into February, up and down, up and down, up and down until, you never know. So, don't be surprised if this takes a lot longer than you thought. It's starting to look a lot like this here and a lot like this. Starting to look like the beginning right here. Like, are we right here? And we'll take a fractal from there right now. Look at that. I'm going to snatch a fractal from there and just to see what we're seeing. Good to snatch a fractal from that area. But it looks like we're like right here. Beginning some type of just longer consolidative move. Okay. When moving fractals, double click into price action and just use price action just so you can get your whole board, see everything the way you want to see it, So we had the nasty wickage. See what I'm saying? See how that fits pretty nicely with what we're seeing here? Nothing's perfect. I'm just, and then that went on for a while. I'm just, so could we be at the beginning of consolidation? Hopefully it's more like this. Cool thing about the fractal too is you can hit Control C and then Control V and just paste another one. Hopefully it's more like this one, where we just kind of did a quickie. See that? Isn't this insane? How can I just keep putting these all over the place at the same type of consolidative moments? Because, someone's pulling a fast one somewhere, And they definitely had this in a descending bear flaggy-esque type of thing. They love pumping Bitcoin out of the bear flag, I'll tell you that. And again, I keep pointing out that the 4 hour is now getting oversold, which is a good sign. And the one thing I do have to say was I thought the dump would be way worse when the 4 hour got high. But I did say last night, I said, look, every single time the 4 hour was high, I said we get a dump. I said, we're getting a dump on that 4 hour. I said, don't kid yourselves. So all my lifers were ready for this. Everyone in my group basically knows exactly what's going to happen before it happens a lot of the time, based on the accuracy of the stochastics RSI. And I just read them every 4 or 5 hours, even less sometimes. I keep my group obsessively updated at all times. So if you join my Patreon, you will get updated more than, just like I'm obsessive compulsive about being online every single day. Same thing going on in my Patreon. So you can see by example how obsessive I am about keeping my code, because in my opinion, someone pays you money, someone joins a group, right? They join a group for help, for knowledge, for information, right? For education about cryptocurrency. That's why people join my trading group, for the education, for the knowledge. And I'm there to provide it every second of the day, as many times as I can. And I cherish each and every one of you who has joined the Patreon. So we've gone over a bunch of fractals. We looked over Bitcoin. This 47K has to hold yet again. Here we are again. We took the nice dip, but so far so good. 47K is holding. 46.9. All right. But this area has to hold. We got to see a reversal here on the 15-minute. We got to get a push back to the upside, right? And then we need to make a higher high above 50,000, 49K, right? We don't make a higher high above this level. The bearishness continues. So if you ask me, are we in a bear market? Yes. Can we continue to the upside tomorrow? Yeah, we could. Could the bear market end tomorrow? Yes, we could. So does it mean because we're in a bear market, we're going to continue down? No. But right now, at this present moment, we are consistently making lower highs and lower lows. And every time you do that, you are in a bear market, right? Now, in a macro sense, fine. I'll take it. We can take it there in a macro sense. And we can look at the weekly chart. And we can say low, higher high, lower low, higher high, higher low. Low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And on a macro scale, yes. But again, one thing that I do talk about, and I do mention here, is the 50-day moving average. In a bull run, when things are hunky-dory, we do not break the 50 on the weekly chart. Okay? We come close, we tested it, we broke it here, we got back above it. It was sketchy. We got low in the stochastics. We tested it here too again, right?
See, once you break a 50-day moving average, you can't see it here, but it would have been there. Once you break a 50-day moving average, it usually spells some bearish tones. Look, we broke it here. So you do not want to break the 50 on the weekly chart, the 50 week, right? So watch it closely here because we just broke it right there. See that? And we can dip below it like we are there. But if next week we don't reverse, if we don't have a green candle next week and bounces us off above the 50, I will also start to show some signs of longer consolidation and possibly bearish tones. Okay. Now, don't worry. If the market starts to shift, then we short Bitcoin or other coins and make a killing. So there's ways to make money off the down market. And I've talked about this to all my traders, all my students, and everybody. The easy way is to learn, what I'm teaching, right? Learn the stochastics RSI and my projection theory with alerts and everything else and your support and resistance and everything that makes you happy. And then apply that to the down tokens, which you don't have to learn how to short. You can actually learn exactly how to long with those. So look at this. This is a shoulder. This is an inverted head and shoulder. So we'll show you what's going on here. Which inverted head and shoulders are also ascending triangles. They just are. This is a very bullish idea here. Very bullish idea. All right. A very, very bullish idea. Now, we've broken above this level. Okay. We've come here. We've come here. So, I mean, the measured move is up to the upside. Don't worry about the actual price of it because it doesn't matter, right? But again, we love buying, if we buy bottom of the triangle. 60% gains out of the short. So if Bitcoin takes the falls that are possible, which right now it's holding steady. Let's hope it holds steady. But if Bitcoin takes the falls that are possible, this is how you take advantage of it. Bit of a double bottom here, 200-day moving average moving through the bottom of the pattern. Things that I like. However, the 1 hour is overbought. It's a good sign that Bitcoin will stop the carnage. So you look at the shorting mechanism, but the shorting mechanism is getting to the end of its run and hitting previous support. So look, this is the same. Look, Bitcoin hit hitting resistance. These are the same. If we flip this upside down, this is Bitcoin. This is what Bitcoin's doing right now. So that's a good sign. Also, the 4 hour overbought as well. Interesting. So it doesn't tell you, like the short says, hey, not the best time to short the market. It says that they're trying to scare you in and out of positions, but, doesn't mean we're going to pump, right? Overbought on all time frames when it comes to the short. Like I would never enter a short right there. Now, if they manipulate the market and they continue to pump, that's fine. My indications are going to be, they're good for me 80, 90% of the time. Fine. If 10% of the time they omit the idea that, basically right now, if they pump the market if they dump the market even more and that short ends up being a good idea, it's okay because I don't trade that way. I trade when the stochastics tell me it's a good idea, not when I feel it, not when I think it. I stay away from the word I think on this channel. You'll see a lot of other channels, I think. And no, nothing against them. There's a lot of channels I actually love and would tell you to watch that use the word I think. I'm just more OCD about my linguistics, about my language. And I realize that using certain words conveys messages that I don't want to convey. So I don't use the word I think when it comes to trading. I'm not like, I think Bitcoin will go here. No. The second I say the word think, I slap myself with this hard ring right here on the part of my hand that actually really hurts, has nerve endings. It really actually feels bad. So I remember not to do it. So I don't know what I think, honestly, because it doesn't matter what I think, because what I think is what I am and what I do, and what I am and what I do is my emotions and how I feel, and that's connected to everything around me. So I use my facets, my intellectual facets, when looking at the charts, just like when you're driving. Do you think you're driving 45 miles an hour, or do you look at the speedometer and do you see that you're driving 45? This is a great analogy. You're driving a car. Do you think you're driving 45 miles an hour? Or do you drive 45 miles an hour by looking at the speedometer? You look at the speedometer and it tells you you are driving 45 miles an hour, right? So you're not like driving like, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling hot. Like I'm emotional, I'm probably going 90 right now. Yeah. And you look, you're like, 85, So it's like, I'm feeling slow. I'm not feeling too good, so I'm probably driving 25. No. Same as in trading. Do you make a trade based on how you feel? I'm feeling great. I'm going to put a lot of money in this trade. Everything's going to go well. Yeah. Or is it more like, oh, I'm not feeling too good. I don't want to trade today. Probably going to lose all my trades. Best day in the market, right? So it's like, and you don't trade that day because of your emotions. So I don't trade on emotions, and I use the word I think. I think I'm going 90 miles an hour. It's so funny. So when you're driving a car, do you think how fast you're going, or do you look at the speedometer? So when we're talking about stocks, we're talking about cryptocurrency and decentralization and coins, right? We don't use what we think because we use what we see in the charts. What does the speedometer say? Well, the speedometer says we're about to rip to the upside on Bitcoin. That's what the speedometer says. We're about to have a beautiful rip to the upside. So let's let the rally go on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. 1 hour's spent in saying, hey, if this is the pattern, I'm at the bottom of my trend line and I'm going to make a move here. This could be it. This could be the dump there. So interesting how close these resemble each other. Keep that on ice for a while. But so we need to break out. So that's why I go to the 15 minute, because I want to see more of what we're seeing here on the falling wedge. Trying to get it inside a bit of a pattern here. Like so. Could be stretching it though. There you go. I'll take that. Up, down. That rocks for me. Up, down, up, down. And boom, to the upside. You know what I'm saying? Cup and handle as well. And I'm Sammy Cup and Handy. Get to say it. You know, Marv. Now, I like Chris Collinsworth with Jim Nance. They're my favorite, probably. Troy Aikman's cool. Notice I didn't say anything else, even though there's someone else in the room with Troy Aikman. Just left it there. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. So a bit of a cup and handle here too. Could we bounce out of that? Could be the one time we do get a move to the upside. So I'm looking at this closely for a move to the upside. While everyone's running scared and freaking out, setting up a trade. And that's really, a good trade should make you feel sick. Again, not financial advice, but, these are old sayings. I'm just reading old quotes. Good trades, you should never go against your trading system. And a good trade shouldn't feel comfortable. Let's take a look at the crypto fear and greed index. It's got to be a little lower than it was yesterday. I thought it was absurdly high at 26, 27. Back at 28, I think it's absurdly high. I think it's got to be, I feel it at 17, 16. You know what I'm saying? Sammy Cup and Eddie with the gems for the family. That rhymes too. I like that. Yeah, no trading on false Monday moves. Nah, I keep it. You got to be careful. Bitcoin is canceling Christmas. Trey Presley. I know it's hard if you haven't been through many of these corrections before, but there is a reason why seasoned guys like these healthy corrections. A better term would be necessary. We're still early. Remember, even I consider myself early. And in a market this small in global financial terms, you can't have massive gains without massive pain. After a while, the despair goes. Maybe a green Tuesday for Gino Bambina. I mean, it says later on today. It says tonight. It says into the afternoon. I mean, the stochastics RSI tell us that today should be a wonderful day. Who knows? The markets are overly bullish even after a dump from almost 70 to 42K. We need more pain in this market. Max pain not reached yet. 100K Bitcoin postponed. The Cisco Kid. It's possible. We've hit some pain though for 42K looks promising. Yes, it does. I just lost 30K. Wow, that's tough. No stop loss hits. No stop loss hits. One day like this, we all should take some time and enjoy a little double chocolate pie. Oh my God. 323 Lifer fam around the world. 272 likes. Thank you. Just one click helps the Lifer community. Just sell from now. It's too dangerous. Racking up those likes. Poor is a mindset, bro. I agree. Let's get up to 300 likes, y'all. The TA is worth the like. Just trying to read all the funny chats here. Make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat section. We've been bombarded by these webcam dudes. Thank you for being on point. To my moderators extremely introverted. A good trade should feel uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. When you're buying it, it shouldn't feel good. You should be like, the market looks like crap right now. Everyone's dumping on me. And you should be like, all right, I'm going in. Like a 47K here, you know? Honestly, because you're oversold in the 50-minute and the 1 hour. And every time I do that, it's a good trade, you know? So here, you open up the trade and just try to get to support here, 4%. You know, and you put a stop loss like right around here. And you easily could get hit off. I mean, there's a very high chance. But that 15-minute is kicking for you. Showing signs of life, and you're extremely oversold. They already kind of beat down. They got their money. They got the liquidity. The market can kind of go on as it needs to now, in my humble opinion. They got their 46K Bitcoin, 46,000, you know. They brought it down. So now they're going to, you know, do what they got to do. So as long as I'm a 284, 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio, works for me, 361, that works all right. That's what I'm looking at right here. I wouldn't be shorting Bitcoin at the moment based on what I'm looking at on the stochastics RSI. Okay. We'll take a look at the show now, which does have the dollar index, the entire market cap of cryptocurrency. Wow, falling to 2.1 trillion. Never thought I'd see the day. I mean, and we made a lower low today. Look at this. We're about to get a candle close lower than the last 3 times. So we are seeing a bit of an issue here in the market after that dump. We did get some 50-minute candle closing below. I guess we got one there, but that's sad. We needed to, when we were trekking on up. It was very important we held 2.2 trillion. That was my line. See my double. When I make a double line, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And so we made that double line, and we couldn't hold. Why? Well, even when we looked at it yesterday, we looked at Bitcoin. I mean, bear flag. That's a bear pennant that's going to break down. It's pretty simple the way I trade. I trade the measured move of a pattern. It's really simple. I trade the measured move of a pattern, right? Nothing really else to do. Nothing else, you know, nothing too crazy here about that. So you flip it upside down, it makes perfect sense. You've traded that bullishly 100 times. Right? Says we're getting a reversal here, but you know, if we can't get to a higher high, remember we're in a downtrend again. So the entire market cap now, the hurdle for it is going to be here at $2.36 trillion, and we're just holding above 2 trillion. You know what happens if we break 2 trillion? That's a psychological support level that's going to render some more pain. So we're going to watch those levels close now too. We were in this beautiful cup and handle. We're holding these levels. It is a higher high so far. We cannot break 1.78. Then we can see some real pain in the market. We're getting close. Again, though, we've gone to the 3-day and the daily. They say we're going to get a reversal. The 4 hour is finally getting in our favor, right? The 1 hour looks to be, you know, getting that retracement. So that's total. We'll take a look at the Dow. Down 300 points today. Now, it's funny. Remember, I looked at the 4 hour on Friday afternoon, and it was extremely overbought. And I said, look for the Dow to dump on us. It got up a little pump, but then I'm down. And I drew this and said, you know, look for the Dow. All this muck that I draw, insane. But I said, look for the Dow to make a bit of a flag here or retrace back to the 21-day moving average. Listen, price action does the same thing. Once you learn what I'm teaching you, you'll be able to walk on water. It'll all make sense no matter what market you're looking at. So look, the Dow's going to have to come and touch this level here. See that? How did I know the Dow would be dumping today? Because we were high on the 4 hour on a Friday afternoon. Right? What's called overbought. Especially overbought here. So we would open Monday to a dump. I mean, it's obvious, right? So there you go, down 300 points. Not to worry. When I looked at the 3-day, right? We have momentum to the upside, and we're still looking great. So that's not too worrisome, right? And the daily, let's take a look at the daily. The daily was extremely overbought too. And what it says is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, the daily usually takes, I mean, the last time the daily was super high, I mean, it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it took a while to reset. It took about 3 weeks, 21 days. Hope this one is quicker. But the daily's overbought here on the Dow Jones. Tells you that it, not going to be the week to trade. Last week of December is tough until the new year. A lot of big money leaves the market. They sell off. They redirect their books. They take some time off. They go on vacation and they come back. So there's always less liquidity. This says the next 2 weeks are going to be tough on the Dow. Okay. Which could affect Bitcoin's price. So just putting that out there. Look at Bitcoin dominance pumping to the upside. But on the daily, suggests a dump. So this could actually be good for the alts. The daily getting a little high. Maybe we get a double bottom and a dump. And we could get a little pump in the overall market. Or is that people just abandoning Bitcoin overall? It's bearish time. So, there's indecision in the market. So each time you see a decision, you have to double think the decision. And that's why a lot of traders are in and out. And it creates that sentiment throughout the market. And that affects all the trades. Every trade out there. Every single trade out there is affected by these things. And sentiment is important. If you don't have the right sentiment in the market, all right, send in a super chat if you want me to go over your coin or something that you want to talk about or a project that you want to put on our radar. Let me know. Send it in the super chat. We got 331 people watching, 295 likes. Thank you for getting the likes up to the watchers. I greatly appreciate that. It's very nice of you. Who's ready for a higher high, family? We really need it. Lifer fam should find a chain of islands somewhere in the tropics and all be neighbors. We definitely should. Private planes and boats. I agree. Holy cow. We hit over 17K. Let's subscribe if this TA is hot and you support the Lifer. Shout out to Grace Ashley Harris. No, 17,260 on our way to 18K. Can you check out Sand from Katy, USA? We'll take a look at Sand from Katy, USA. We went over XRP in depth already. And again, everything is going to follow Bitcoin, as I've said before. And it's funny. Just so, I just know some beginners don't know that, and they're just coming onto the channel in the last 10 minutes. And I wouldn't have known that. I mean, I wouldn't have, it would have made somewhat sense to me, but I would have wanted to understand. Bitcoin runs the whole market. Whatever happens to Bitcoin affects the entire market. Okay? So you got up and down, up and down, up and down. You're bouncing off the 0.618 Fibonacci level right here. And we could get a nicer move up to about 6.48, okay? $6.48 if you can break on out of here. You do need to respect the 618. You break the 618, look for more downside. You're extremely oversold now, and the whole market should get a bit of a bounce. So we're watching this very, very closely. But remember when we were here, you said it can always get worse. Alts can always bleed a little more. Still here at the car wash, boss. Hit the like button, peeps. He knows things. Shout out to Gina Bobina. I love to be the neighbors with Lifer. Shout out to Crazy Trades. Lifer Family Boat Party. Family friendly, of course. Can you check out HBAR, XRP, LRC? Gotta have two sides, Lifer. Lifer F and Lifer X. I'll be on the X side. Wow, not sure if it's the new mic, but catching up on the live at warp speed, 2x speed, and still crystal clear. It probably is the new mic. It must be the new mic. It helps you fast forward better with the frequencies. Wow, not sure if the new mic. Awesome, low profile, 110. Thank you for jumping on into the live stream. 11:54. 322 people watching on the live. Thank you for coming on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. So, I've answered the question, are we in a bear market? I personally have said yes. I said a bear market is described by consistent lower lows and lower highs. Have we been doing that ever since November 11th? Yes. That's a downtrend. Okay, small one. So, when did this downtrend start? November 10th was when we started to lose market cap. Only a week ago, if you can believe that, which is crazy, right? Seems like a year ago. A week ago, we were at all-time high in the market cap, blasting off into space, ready to go for more. And we would come on down here. Now, DeFi is raging. NFTs are raging. The metaverse is raging. How, in gosh name, would this not continue to the upside. But again, don't be fooled and take it one step at a time. Again, that's why I look at the daily and the 3-day time frames, and they are telling us that a reversal is coming, no matter how bad the pain keeps feeling. And they're going to keep drilling it and drilling it and drilling it, and you're going to be in disbelief and disbelief and disbelief until the day it finally pumps and you're not going to buy anything. That's what happens to the masses. The fear gets so high, they get paralyzed, and they're unable to grab any liquidity. And the liquidity is taken by the smart money. And it's a sad, sad day. Let's take a look at the dollar index as it's dumping on the 3-day, but trying to curl back up. 4-hour actually has room, but signs of a dumpage for the dollar. It's actually in a bull pennant, though. If you took it by the pattern alone, it says we're going to get a nice pump for the dollar to the upside. Once it's cruised all the way back up to 99, if that goes up back to $1, that'll be absolutely insanity. Now, if we look at the one, that would be good for Bitcoin as well. 1 hour pointing to the downside, but momentum getting close too as well. 4 hour getting high. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. And the daily wants to pump for the dollar. So the dollar suggesting, look at the last time it was low pump. Last time it was low pump. Last time it was low, a little bit of pump. Last time it got down here, eventually got a pump. Low pump. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times it was low on the stochastics RSI. It did eventually move to the upside. This doesn't pinpoint accurate exactly when to buy, but what it does tell you is that you're near the extended moments of where the momentum usually falls. It's a momentum indicator, teaching you where the momentum is extended, where you've normally seen the end of a run before it's getting to that area. It's telling you, hey, the last few times, this was towards the end of that. We should get a reversal to the upside. So the daily time frame as well. So does Bitcoin and the dollar pump together? It's pretty weird. That's what it's saying. Very, very strange, you know. Money printing noises. Brrr. How long do you think this bear market could last? I mean, anything is possible. I'll take it one day at a time. Once we get down lower areas, I'll be able to give you more of a confirmation that we're in I'm not telling you now there's a difference between a bear market and an extended bear market. All right. So I'm not telling you we're in an extended bear market. Like I'm in a market, we're in a downtrend that could bounce anytime. Brady, you broke? What is she saying? Sam, I am thinking that crypto cycles have totally changed formation due to institutions. No high peaks like 2013 and 2017. Seems like more mini cycles of Wyckoff accumulation and distribution. It's possible. It's been feeling that way for sure the last year. Nothing like the last time. Yeah, DYX, I know, isn't that crazy? Inflation should be dumping it, but show you me the charts, and I'll show you the news. The charts are suggesting that the dollar will continue to pump. So it's because the USD is all relative to other currencies. I don't get why the dollar is getting stronger on DYX. Me neither. Thoughts on Aurora? Trey Presley. Never heard of Aurora. Let's take a look at Aurora. AOA, right? AOA, Aurora. Let's take a look at it on CoinMarketCap, shall we? And take a little bit of a deep dive here for Aurora, AOA. So based on the oscillators, they're telling me to expect a pump into this afternoon, but you never know. Nothing is guaranteed, and we'll see. It is Volatile Monday after the weekly candle close, and anything is possible. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat from Trey Presley. Thoughts on Aurora, AOA. Create a colorful blockchain world. Aurora is a decentralized application platform based on third-generation blockchain technology, dedicated to providing mature blockchain technology solutions for the entire industry. I'm already not a fan of this coin. Why? Because they did not differentiate themselves in the first 30 seconds of the website. I give them a D or a C. Website looks cool. Colors are cool. Idea looks somewhat cool. But they broadly explained any crypto in the game. Look at this. I'm going to put any name here. Eradix is a decentralized application platform based on third-generation block technology dedicated to providing mature blockchain technology solutions for the entire industry. Like, Phantom is a decentralized application platform based on third-generation platform. I mean, if you can put any word in there, come on, man. Now you're going to make me scroll down to find out what you do? You've already wasted my time. Go get a marketing team. Go figure it out. I'm giving them an F for marketing right now because you got to tell me exactly what you do in the first 30 seconds in a fun, innovative way right when I get to the site. If you want to be successful, in my humble opinion. Okay? So I'm not a fan already because I can't figure out what they do. And I'm going to have to do more of a deep dive on my show and waste my time. Right? Also, the writing is so small that I have to wear my glasses just to read it. And I'm not saying I have the best eyesight. It's half my fault, but I'm just saying. Right? Of all the websites, it's like, what? Also, the gray on black, I can barely read it. So go right to their team. Tell them to change the site immediately so we can give them a good review. I don't know what they do. You know, I'll go to the About section here. Aurora Chain holds the mission of creating a bright and colorful blockchain with the world's fastest working contracts that facilitate easy development of application. And everybody wants that. The team tries to allow businesses for disparate industries to cooperate using the distribution of fixed supply of the underlying currency AOA as a means of ensuing the speed and functionality of the consensus. I'm kind of done with this. I'm done with this. I think there's a reason why the price is dumping. I think there's a reason why they're a $22 million market cap. And I don't want to FUD them because I love all people. And that's a group of people that made this coin and I'm behind them. But me personally, I'm not jumping in by any means at all. Where can you grab this? It's on KuCoin, AOA. Let's take a look at it. The fact that it's on KuCoin is its saving grace. I'm like, all right, maybe a little pump. And look, it's been pumping and dumping. Like, you see that? Pumping and dumping and getting lower lows. It's in a downtrend for sure. You know? Eventually should fill out and pump to the upside. Bit of a cup and handle there. Seeing some signs of life. Oversold again. Bitcoin kind of controls its fate again. Yeah, this thing could pump huge. And we could see some movement. It's got a small market cap. But as a project, like, I'm disappointed. You know? And again, I probably could do a deep dive and learn more. But they make it hard. Who's disrespecting Gina up in here? Swoon and IRL. I wish is get rid of these bags under my eyes. I think Lifer subs keep climbing because people are searching for a great teacher to understand how their dreams can come true in the next couple of years. Shout out to Love Learning up in the spot. They dream to be correlated at this time a year. Do you think the whale games, every time the price reaches 50K, suddenly it drops very fast? Back to 48, 47. I know, it's crazy. Dollar and Bitcoin are being purposely tethered. Reserve currency for reserve currency. Jimmy Phillips. Interesting. Super Chat Aurora, we took a look at that. And hasn't been a Super Chat in a while. It is 12:03, everyone. I'm going to jump on out of here while I have the chance. Yeah, I told everyone to watch VVS. I said be careful. Only like the kind of fanboy channels were all over that. I said be careful about it last night. I did. I said you never know. And I said watch out for high yield farms and stuff like that. So I like HBAR as a possible play on the market. However, I don't like the team behind it and it's too centralized. I was in a room with Charles Hawkinson, the creator of Cardano and Ethereum. He was in New York City at like 27th and about 5th Avenue in like a symposium at some type of think tank hedge fund type of thing. And Emergo was there and everyone, and it was cool. And there was only like 50 people in the room, and I raised my hand, and he asked me, I was able to ask a question. I said, what about Hedera Hashgraph and all this new technology? And he's like, that is so centralized, and like, he was basically disgusted by the project. He was happy with me. He was nice. He just was like, that is nowhere near what I'm going for. Like, and so like, ever since that day, I mean, again, that was his opinion, but he's a lot smarter than me when it comes to this technology, and he could not stand Hedera. So I don't like Hedera. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, I'll do my own research and I'll find out more. But right now, I'm not a fan of Hedera's back-end technology. Too centralized for me. Too government connected. The guy was making swirled. He was part of like, he was into like some type of defense or something. He was high up somewhere in something. So I just, I'm not a huge fan of HBAR. Okay. Cardano who? Man, that's horrible. Shout out to Gina. Peace out. Hope you have a great day. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. At the end of every live stream, we say crypto is life. Thank you so much for all the love. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the likes. 300 likes is amazing when we have 300 viewers. When the likes are up to the viewers, you never see it. It's very rare. I hope we can continue this when we get up to 1,000 people and 1,000 likes. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. 1, 2, 3. Crypto is life. I'll see you all tomorrow. Crypto is life. Don't play yourself.